I just got done watching Captain America Brave New World. So I thought I would give my honest review of what I thought of the movie. There are some mixed reviews, and you're probably expecting a mixed review. I'm not gonna lie, I really liked Captain America Brave New World. CGI flaws was a little off, and the leader, we definitely need to talk about him. Without any further ado, let's get into this review. Theater I went to, they were selling, merchandise, and I just grabbed the Red Hulk cup because I like Red Hulk. I'll just say that. So the movie started off with Falcon, who was voiced by some younger dude. Anthony Mackie as Captain America. They were like working together basically. Like, I did not like how for the movie it wasn't no normal like Marvel intro. The title card looked just so sloppy, and like it looked so nothing exciting, wasn't nothing cool to it. A lot of the reshoots and rumors I've heard did kind of come true. Like side quests basically. I do know he did have a really cool fight with Carlo Esposito's character. Say this, guys, there's a lot of good action scenes, okay? A lot of cool action scenes. I think what Captain America did was he ignited some gas, just jumped in the air and kicked this, basically wiped out on a car. I think he got stabbed too, so it was really cool. It was actually really cool. That scene with him was cool. I'm not gonna lie, I did like his character. I think he did good at his role. Ford as Thunderbolt Ross, I did like that. The montage they did, or the montage and respect they did to the recaps of Incredible Hulk. It took 18 years later for this to come out, and there's no Hulk in this movie. There is no Hulk in this. That is what I don't like. I don't know why they chose Captain America. I wish he had the super soldier serum. I think he would have done some crazy damage, like how Bucky was, because he took super soldier serum. Steve Rogers, of course. A lot of people were saying, oh my god, this is woke, this and that. They chose a black man to play Captain America, this and that. It's comic accurate, okay? So what else is woke about this movie? It's really hard when it comes to Marvel comics, from stuff that has happened in the comics that they're adapting to in live action form. So I just wanted to clarify, it isn't woke. A lot of the negative reviews were really making this movie for a lot of people to seem like, oh, it's not good, this and that. But personally, I thought it was good. Fuck Rotten Tomatoes. They always crap on every movie, and that's the one thing I hate about them. So at one point, they gave Captain America Brave New World a 47. The Wolfman had a 52%, but thankfully, Brave New World went up because it should. It should even go higher. It does not deserve a 54. This movie, I think, is at least a 70%. It should have been, to me. Captain America and Falcon. Isaiah, super soldier serum with Isaiah, tried to assassinate the president, which was Thunderbolt Ross. Got arrested, almost got killed for that, basically, to assassinate the president of the United States. Thunderbolt Ross was pissed at Sam Wilson. You bringing someone like him around me with Isaiah Bradley in jail, and he explained it wasn't him. I'm gonna get you out of here. And he did his research, and he noticed at the White House, there were 4 or 5 people involved in shooting him were brainwashed by flashing lights coming off of their phone. Really cool. They were making him out to be basically the secret guy, the man behind it all, basically, which at the end of the day he actually was. And they traced his IP address. And I think to myself, I'm like, if you're making all this smart tech, this and that, and you're making people smart, mutants, this and that, and you're big into tech and stuff, and you supposedly have a big brain, would you ever think of buying a hide your IP? Would you ever think to buy some to hide your IP? This movie takes place in 2026, from what I've read online and such. Captain America is rocking a flip phone 2026, okay? Thunderbolt Ross has an iPhone, okay? Bro, track the IP to the address. It was actually the leader's lair. I thought, I was thinking, I know people with IP addresses can use a fake one, and it can because if you try to if you're hacking this and that, be a random location in the middle of the ocean. So I was thinking, is that gonna happen? We saw the reveal of the leader, and oh my god. When I tell you this, guys, dude is legitimately scary. He's really, scary looking, or it looks nothing like the reel I posted that was leaked. How the Funko Pop of him looks, don't get me wrong, it's all right. Legit looks like a zombie. Looks like Angstrom Levy from Invincible if you just, you know, shrunk his brain down a bit, painted him green, and maybe made one of his eyes white, because that's what it was. I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, this guy looks like a zombie. This is not comic accurate. I don't know, just feel like the Funko Pop form would have looked better of how the leader actually looked. And I don't really know Hasbro was going to make a leader figure. I'm really curious. Are they going to make Funko Pop version? It's going to bring the question up, then why did Funko make that design of that Pop if they redid him for the final cut? If you're a Funko Pop collector and you've been keeping up with my channel, the Captain America 4 Funko Pops were delayed heavily. Marketing for 2 was delayed due to the reshoots. There was a wrestler who was supposed to be in this movie originally. They cut him out. They did a lot of adjustments. I saw it in 3D, so I didn't really notice anything, but like if you go see it, probably a normal version. I don't know how it's gonna look for others. I can probably assure you though, you're probably gonna see some CGI flaws. Beth girl, I really can't pronounce or think of her name. Small girl. She's basically like a Black Widow who was recruited from like Palestine, the Serpent Society, I think, or I'm not sure really. But our Captain America and Falcon get out of there, and you know, the leader is like making the guards turn against them. They're like killing them. I even think there was a scene where Ruth went to the jail cell and one of the guards shot 2 inmates and shot himself in the mouth, but like that was an off-screen death. Fight for the adamantium in the ocean, which honestly there was a really good shot that made him look big. I'm like, wow, this is bigger than I expected. All been avoided. Turning on them was pretty cool. It was just, you know, it was them all being brainwashed basically at the end of the day. And the leader confronts Captain America, and he's got these glasses on. He's all in black. He ended up getting, like, I think tackled by guards because, you know, they interfered with his plan. There was another scene too, I think, where, you know, because when they raided basically the leader's lair, they of course, I think they used a hard drive, you know, to like collect data, but like that was never brought up, files and stuff. But he did get like a bottle of pills. It was something to do with like the Hulk, I forget its name, and the leader showed up and pressed a button that made his organs explode or something. I don't know, some wild like that. Harrison Ford. And I thought the leader was right until I guess he lost in the end with the post-credit scene, which we're going to talk about later on. We had the whole Red Hulk situation. The Red Hulk situation was really cool. I did like how he turned. I noticed there was a new CGI because they made like a lot of his clothes rip off. Like when he was turning, a black shard of his like, I think ripped shirt was still attached within the D23 footage. You know, it's completely something different. Personally thought, like I said, Red Hulk's design is really good. Even if this movie does end up doing bad, I do think Harrison Ford probably will get an award, or at least they will, because they put a lot in the Red Hulk, even though he was on the screen for 5 minutes. And it was really cool. The fight scene was awesome. Tackling Sam Wilson through the freaking White House walls, completely wrecking it. And do this Red Hulk, I'll tell you what, he was jumping like hundreds of feet in the air, maybe even thousands. Like he definitely, if you'd say he had the same athletic ability as the Incredible Hulk did, which I did like. It was pretty cool. Basically had a giant freaking chase scene where he chased Red Hulk. You know, Sam was trying to like stop. Fight was really good. It was really good. And there was a lot of cool shots, a lot of cool things. I did like when, you know, Red Hulk threw the car and Sam cut it in half. Sam was actually doing a lot of cool stuff in the movie. I'll give him that. There was some really cool aspects of him, you know, fighting him off. I thought it was pretty good. There was even another cool scene that basically, like, the final blow for Red Hulk, they were, like, stabbing him a couple times, even cutting up his back. Like, there were scenes where, like, blood was coming out, but, like, he was, like, really hot. Like, he was really hot, like, radiation hot, you know, like, because, he burned through his clothes. Because Hulk's like very hot. He touched that car and got it in flames and then threw it, like I was mentioning. So it was very cool then. He eventually got the upper hand though with Captain America and ripped off one of his wings. And then he even went to like rip his face mask off, which instantly gave me vibes to when Thanos ripped off Iron Man's mask in, I believe it was Endgame, when they were fighting on that. I think it was Thanos' old planet, so that was a cool reference, or at least what I could catch up on. Wilson the wing, and it stabs Red Hulk, and that just causes a giant explosion, and they get Sam out of the rubble, and then he's like, "Is that bastard dead?" And Red Hulk comes up, but they legit calmed him down, because I think they were talking about his his daughter or something, and calm down or something, which I was like, man, I was really hoping we get like a freaking Hulk versus Red Hulk, like how Hulk versus Abomination. I thought we would, but we didn't. So I was like, whatever. That was all right. Things up, like a happy ending. They basically called this they reimbursed the title with Brave New World and somehow talked about the White House being destroyed, a new start to America. Okay. We ended with Sam going to visit Thaddeus Ross, who was held captive on the raft. Saw Betty as a cameo in the fight for the Madamantium. Falcon got really injured and fell in the water, and he had to recover. And then we saw a cameo of Bucky, which I think was to be like, oh, that was cool. I was really hoping it was gonna be Hulk, or I thought maybe that was supposedly the line WWE player was gonna have a role, but didn't really end up having one at the end of the day. Bucky shared an interaction. He's like, "Oh, I just came here to check up on you. I have to catch a plane." It was really uncalled for at the end of the day. Credits rolled. At the very end, there was a end credit scene. I was the only one left in the theater, because I guess everyone who left didn't really care for the end credit scene, which it really was just the leader basically held hostage and just hinting at something big's coming, you guys gotta get ready, which is of course referring to Doctor Doom. I'm thinking maybe he'd have a role in Doomsday or Secret Wars. There was a rumor though, there was an end credit scene where Sam Wilson and Nick Fury were gonna meet up, and Nick Fury was gonna say, "Hey, I want you to rebuild the Avengers." That was the end credit scene. I was thinking, oh, maybe that'll happen, but I guess it didn't. You can definitely notice though, what scenes, of the movie were extended because the whole race shoots. Personally, like I said, I wish we got more footage of Red Hulk, but it is what it is. The movie was short. It did seem kind of rushed. I kind of wish it was a little longer. It wasn't, I'm not going to say it's the best Marvel movie. To me, at least it's a 70 out of 100. So that'd be 4 stars, if you want to go off a Letterboxd. Definitely let me know in the comments what you think. Man, if you don't plan on seeing Captain America Brave New World after my review, then, well, you can watch it online or, wait for Disney Plus. But yeah, even people want to say, oh, this movie sucks, this and that. It's already projected to make $190 million, and it had a budget of $180 million. So either way, this film's a win.